What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Derek Vision Prince, and today we're going to be talking about Destroyer.
I lied. I stole. And worse. People are dead. It's my fault. I know what it's like to grow up bad. Jealous, hungry, scared. I didn't want that for you.
Okay, so I went to check out Destroyer, starring Nicole Kidman, and I have to say that, listen, I'm here for the slow burn detective movies. I love slow burn detective movies, like HBO brought true crime back. I really like the slow burn. Did I just do the inhale like Trump or whatever? Anyway, so I like the slow burn detective movie. I like when a filmmaker and screenwriter can really take their time to flesh out a character, tell a story. Now, Destroyer had a lot of problems with it in regards to story. I thought the cinematography was great. Nicole Kidman, if anything you learn from this film, you'll see that she can carry a movie. And she had, prosthetic makeup on and everything to tone down, because she's a very attractive woman. She's a superstar, and, she, tone features and beautiful eyes and all the rest of it. But they made her look unappealing as possible in this movie. So Nicole Kidman is just, basically barreling through the movie. But what I like about the film is that she's not some hard-nosed, kick-ass female cop. They didn't try to do that at all. In fact, she got her ass kicked most of the time by most of the characters. And they made her out to be a very flawed character, and she wasn't some super cop with badass skills, which is what I totally hate, because in my own films, I like to show characters being very flawed. People are very flawed in this world, and the more someone tries to show you, and this is just a tidbit, my little advice, the more somebody tries to pay or tries to pretend to be perfect, the more questions that I have, because by nature we are flawed people, and most of the time the more we try to change, the more we are the same. So you can change out some bad habits over time and some behaviors, and, even time can cure the most hardest of personalities. So getting back to, this film, she was a very flawed character, and that's what I liked. And she wasn't, like I said, she wasn't some kick-ass super cop. She got her ass kicked, but most of the time. But in this film, they did have a juicy gunfight at the bank. Now, a lot of films have heists, robberies, and bank robberies, and all the rest of it. And to be quite honest, we've seen a million films with bank robberies. It's old. But, everybody likes a good gunfight. It's filmmaking, so it's not all done the same way all the time. So for the most part, the gunfight was really juicy. I like it that this film didn't have a whole lot of stars and a lot of, this is a very low budget film. I mean, it's a stretch if they made this thing for over $10 million. And it didn't have a wide release. I had a hard time finding it at my town. It was playing at one theater in the region. And but they didn't. This is kind of like what you call a straight to DVD or a straight to streaming now. And somehow it was good enough, or because it was Nicole Kidman, it was the only reason why it made it into that theater. But I have to say, she gave a strong performance in this film, and I liked the way the screenplay was laid out. However, I did have a problem with the ending, with the boyfriend. The boyfriend just seems to be an asshole of a character that really didn't have a point. Now, what I would have done in this movie is, it seemed like that it was anticlimactic ending where she finally got her guy. She just kind of walked up on him and shot him. And I thought, oh man, that was just so lame. You know, she just, and that's a spoiler alert. But I just thought that they could have maybe somehow tied this boyfriend who was complete asshole. And I don't think he really loved her daughter, because he wound up taking the money that she offered him from the bank robbery that killed her child's father that she never told. That was a story in reverse, just you didn't get it. So, you know, basically she's a cop, and she, you know, has this, you know, she's gone undercover with another cop, and they wind up falling in love, and she winds up getting him pregnant, and they wind up doing this heist, and she wants to take the money and run away to Never Neverville with this cop and whatnot. But this cop had some morals. He said that, you know, nobody gets killed, we'll do this, but if some innocent person life is on the line, we identify ourselves and we take down the villain, which is their, you know, people that they're running with, you know. So long story short, she never told this cop that she was pregnant, which I thought would have been, it was a scene in the movie which I thought would have made it a lot better if she had told him. But, you know, some people say that, you know, maybe he wouldn't have gone and did the job had he known he was bringing the life into the world. Now, that's a question that screenwriter had to deal with, whether to tell him or not. I could tell the screenwriter at that moment was like, you know, dancing on the line, whether the character, Nicole Kidman character, should tell her partner that she was pregnant or not. And me, I would have told the character, I would have had her tell the character that she was pregnant. And maybe, you know, he wouldn't have gone back into the bank. So, because he didn't know, he went back into the bank. So, and which is, he, you know, he lost his life because he went back in the bank, and then, you know, the antagonist wind up who, you know, killing her partner. So, you know, fast forward to the end. I thought the end was anticlimactic. Again, I was just like, oh my God. Like, she just walk up on this guy and just shoots him. Now, granted, you know, it just didn't make any sense to me. But for the most part, listen, I don't throw away an entire film just because I don't like the ending or I don't like something in it. You got some horrible reviews out there on Amazon when people can trash a whole film, give it 1 or 2 stars, and when they like most of the film and they didn't like one thing, it just sucks. So, but no, I won't throw away the whole film. I like the bank robbery scene. I thought Nicole Kidman really carried the entire film. You know what I'm saying? So, and I liked her flawed character, and I thought the daughter was, your normal typical teenager who gives you a lot of, you know, crap or whatever, and she, you know, the actress carried that very well. So for the long story short, yeah, Destroyer was, you know, I'd probably give it like a 2.5, 2 stars or something like that out of 5. But for the most part, I thought Nicole Kidman did a great job carrying the film. I thought the story was there. The ending was anticlimactic, but no, it's a good time waster. And something that you can watch when you're bored or whatever, but you'll enjoy the what I call, forging forward to accomplish her goal. And even the end with the slow motion skateboarding and, you know, her dying in the vehicle, and it just seemed like they needed to it's like they needed to stretch the film out for whatever length of time. Like they didn't have enough, you know, they were trying to meet a certain time, and they could have really just cut all of that out. And, you know, I don't know. It's just, the ending should have been just a lot better than what it could have been. But I don't know if that was a director's decision or if that was the editor's decision. That wasn't a writer's decision. A writer could have wrote that she died in a vehicle, but it's a director and as a director and editor to how they portray that. And I just thought the skateboard and her dying in the vehicle was too long. It reminded me of Lord of the Rings. I was watching one of the Lord of the Rings, and it was a 20-minute goodbye and just batting eyes at each other and hugs for 20 damn minutes. I never forget that film. And I didn't watch Lord of the Rings ever since then. I have it on DVD and haven't watched it just because of the ending. Anyway, this ending was terrible, but the rest of the film was good. So you want to say like 80% of the film is good. So watch it, and you know what the ending is. So I spoiled it for you. Anyway, that's my review of Destroyer. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. If you like my commentary, you like my channel, like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below. Peace.